Good afternoon and welcome to our board meeting. Even though it's already been in session with our school tours, at this time I'd like to ask everyone to stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, so at this time I need a motion and a second to adjourn our board meeting and to open our first public hearing on the Smart Schools Bond Act.
Motion.
So our first public hearing will be on the Smart Schools Bond Act, and we have Donna Seelbach's going to speak on that.
All right, now we're good to go. So at a prior board meeting, I presented, following the protocol set forth by the Smart Schools Bond Act folks, I had to present a preliminary presentation to the board about how we want to use our remaining Smart Schools Bond Act allotment. Today, we're here for a public hearing on that. This presentation, the presentation that I gave to the board previously, was posted on our website for the requisite 30 days. It's actually been up there for a little bit longer. And so we're here today for any public comment on this plan. Just to recap, our plan is to spend the remaining $43,000 and a few $100s in change on 70 iPads to be used for instructional purposes at Mill Road Elementary Schools. The expenditure aligns with the classroom learning technology category authorized by the legislation. Excuse me. This is a repeat of the slide from the first presentation and the information that's also been posted out on the website. And this is the final slide outlining the remaining steps in this process. I asked Dr. Boyd and Mrs. Strothman to be present today if there were any questions about the use of these devices.
Any comments?
Question. While it was posted on the website, were there any questions or did anyone reach out to you to talk about it or talk about the use of the iPads?
No, there was an email contact listed in the posting to direct any questions to the, was it the BoE comments? Yeah, one of the email addresses that goes to Elena's account, and not a single one.
And this is, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I think I mean, with Ms. Strothman or Dr. Boyd present, it might be helpful just to hear about how, like, the plan to use these 70 iPads, like what it does for instructional benefit.
Going right into the mic. Thank you. Yeah. We spent, I'll just start by saying Mrs. Strothman and I met with Donna throughout the course of the year and over the past few years. Her approach is solid with us. It's all about instruction and how it benefits kids. We are very mindful and strategic in our approach when it comes to technology. We don't want to underdo it, and we certainly don't want to overdo it. With these 70 iPads, these will be some replacement iPads, a lot of small group instruction, think AIS, special education classes, and our multilingual learners will have more access with these.
And so this is, at this time, it's open to public comment. If any of you have any questions or concerns, anything you'd like to share. Right, moving on. So at this time, I would need a motion and a second to adjourn our first public hearing and open our second public hearing on the safety plan.
A motion. Second.
Pat.
Yeah, so I just want update on the safety plan that we will have to do in the coming months. So there's a new law that was adopted by the state, which is Desch's law. There is a district component that we're required to put on the safety plan by January 20th. So our plan is to have that done and posted on the website in November. So that will be up for 30 days. And then at the following board meeting, we will have to have another hearing and adopt the plan with the amendment for Desch's law.
All right, thanks. Anyone have any comments or questions?
Yeah, so I would just like to also mention that there is a need for some clerical updates in the plan, but I did, check with administration. We can still approve the safety plan. And it does, the personnel associated with those roles does not matter at this time.
Great. Yeah, that's correct. Anyone else?
I have one quick question. Can you just touch on what Dasha's law is?
Right, so it has to do with cardiac emergencies. So because schools are required to have AEDs, we're now required to have a plan so that we have certified personnel that in the events, any events, athletic events, after school events, we have a safety plan in place that someone could use the AED that knew how to perform it. So there are a number of different things that buildings had to do. There's a template that went in the building plan. The state actually extended the deadline for that to be due to October 1st, and for the district portion of it, it's due in January. One of the things they're recommending is that we offer more AED CPR training regularly to get more staff trained. It tends to be more staff at the high school level because we have a lot of coaches there that they were required to be trained. So we'll have to concentrate on Linden Avenue and Mill Road for that.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, so this safety plan has also been posted on our website for 30 days. And so at this time, it's open to public comment if any of you have any questions or concerns. All right, we are moving right along. So at this time, I need a motion and a second to adjourn our second public hearing and go back into our Board of Education meeting.
Motion.
Second.
All right, so first up on the agenda is a presentation, and it's about a new course, journalism and media production. So at this time, we'll have Mr. Fix and Ms. Larson come up. Welcome.
Is this an elective or part of the English sequence? It's an elective.
So ninth
Because
and tenth.
ninth and tenth grade is electives. And I would share with you that they've also done their curriculum mapping this summer. So they're well planned. They have the threads of the elements of the IB English with critical thinking, problem solving, communication, working in small groups. And so it's really a good course for students that want to do something a little different. It's contemporary. So I do know they have a lot of students signed up for this course and they're looking forward to it, but it is an elective and it will help build those elements for the IB work that they have to do at 11th and 12th grade.
Great. So that was my question. You already have students that want to be, have enrolled in this class. Oh, that's terrific. Oh. Yeah, this is their wheelhouse. Yeah, the whole podcast type thing. Very good. Anyone else? All right, so we're moving right along. Thank you very much. And now we will have our superintendent update.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a few things. Sincere thank you to our teachers who came to do this presentation. Really appreciate it. They've done a lot of work on this course. So I don't have a lot, but I do want to remind the board that there is a presentation at the high school on Tuesday, August 26th at 6 o'clock. That is a presentation by Dr. Roddy on the anxious generation, cell phones and AI. It should be really interesting. We did, the administrative team did view the presentation, very excited about it. So we will be also offering that presentation to our full staff and faculty on opening day. New teacher orientation is Monday and Tuesday. The first day is really focused on expectations, instructional practices, certainly the work that Dr. Jordan has done with the administrative team with relevance, rigor, and
Resilience.
resilience. Yes, resilience. So we'll infuse that into our training on Monday. We go over teacher observations and they will also have mentor-mentee ambassador training. So they'll meet someone that'll help guide them through the school year. Very thankful for Connie Barode, who does an outstanding job as our mentor leader. And on Tuesday, Donna Seelbach will be in her team, will be leading technology instruction as with all the systems that they will need to have to be successful this year. We really broke that apart into 2 days because there's a lot of systems in place for instructional technology in this district that teachers really can utilize and really help support innovative instructional practices. So thank you to her and her team for that. I think that is all I have. I think that, Erin, you're going to have speak now. Or
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, phase one of the capital project is going well. It's on schedule. I know that, we've had some things posted on social media for the progress, but the gym renovations are coming along on schedule. The floor is in, it's been sanded. They are currently lining it, to put the logo and the lettering. The, painting has all been done, so it should be coated. We have to, the students can use it. But we won't be able to finish the touch-up painting or hang the banners for at least 30 days. We have to stay off of it right after it gets coated. The bleachers are scheduled right now to be delivered in October. So everything should be set for the winter season. The Lambs column done next week. They're wrapping up, and our lockdown buttons, which was the other part of the project, will be installed in the fall. So each building will have between 8 to 10 lockdown buttons that will, as we said, are similar to fire drills. So they can be pushed in it initiates the lockdown process and and they'll be accessible for all staff members to be able to utilize, which is great. Thank you.
That brings us to our first recognition of visitors. We ask that anyone who'd like to speak come to the podium, state your name, and we ask that you limit your comments to 3. Maybe a cutoff happens. To all right, so that takes us right along to consent agenda. So can I get a motion and a second on items 1 through 12 on the consent agenda?
Motion.
Is there any discussion? Any questions? All those in favor? So now we're moving on to the personnel. A motion and a second on items 1 through 20. Any discussion on any? All right, all those in favor?
So this evening, we are accepting resignation for retirement from Donna Seelbach. And we do that with great excitement for her, but a little bit trepidation for us. So, and I do have a few words to say about Donna. I've worked with Donna briefly for 9 years. She is the Director of Instructional Technology. Her start date was November 29th, 2004. I have some comments to. Donna is memorable for understanding the big picture with important details. She related theory to work experience, listened carefully to everyone's thoughts, and when she spoke, people listened. Donna has the ability to keep people focused, delegates effectively, takes personal responsibility for her team and her work. Donna can do anything she sets her mind to. She has a very high standing in my book. Donna is articulate, delivers on schedule, manages with grace and understanding. Donna has a vision of where an organization needs to be. She is a collaborative team leader. Donna understands her primary role as an instructional technology director is to serve people, not IT. Those comments were on her original reference sheet when she was first hired. And we can stand back. We can stand back and say all of that holds true. She has been a tremendous asset to the district. I did look over some of her evaluations. And during a discussion of an annual evaluation, it's Bruce Martin, who is doing it as the interim superintendent. And he asked, why did you do all these things? And she responded with, because they were necessary for the good of the district. That still stands true today. Donna has been able to implement significant improvements in instructional technology into the classrooms and administrative technology into the office of the districts, even faced with limited, sometimes completely insufficient resources and funding. She has major accomplishments. She's managed her IT department with grace. She has helped deploy with her team 30 devices, Apple devices, a key figure in professional development along the way to ensure that our faculty and staff have the tools and understanding they need to utilize the technology that is offered. She's tremendously collaborative. Of course, the Smart Schools Investment Plan was a huge undertaking, and she did it with absolute hard work, diligence, and the ability to communicate with state ed, which is sometimes very challenging. So in general, I would like to commend you, Donna Seelbach, for your optimistic professional demeanor and attitude. Your collaborative spirit and humor has embraced any issue, big or small. You bring those issues to a positive resolution without angst or anger. And I know your team and our district appreciate your open and honest communications and your willingness to do what it takes to move the district forward with infusing instructional technology strategies into the learning environment for students. You have always been student-focused. You've always been a true professional. I will miss you. The team will miss you. And the district will have a very difficult time replacing you. So congratulations on your retirement. I know you're moving along to enjoy grandchildren so that you can keep up with them, but I'm sure you can. So good luck, but you're not leaving till January, so you'll have.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah. So, thank you. These are for you from your team.
And so we have one, oh, go ahead. Congratulations. And
I'll be very brief because you've really covered the landscape, but it's with pride that I am able to get up and say, I hired Donna. Actually, if I'm being honest, I was on the team that hired Donna, but I like to be able to take credit because she has made us proud ever since. She's made us look good. What really amazes me the most about Donna, though, is all the things that she does that is not the tech director. We find out that she's multi-talented. And I guess if I were to pick my very favorite one, she is an outstanding sounding board on just about any topic. Any harebrained idea that I come up with, if I take it in and bounce it around with Donna, it always comes out much better after the conversation. So thank you.
And we have another resignation that we want to say a few words about. Elena Maskell, our district clerk, is going on to fulfill her dream of being a teacher. So we're happy for her, but sad for us. Kate would like to speak on behalf of our board.
Hi, yay, yay. I did not write as eloquently as Kitty, but I'm an off-the-cuff kind of gal. I've worked with Elena the longest, and it's been an absolute pleasure. I think when I first joined the board, there were so many things about you that I thought were so amazing. Number one, you had a work ethic that I was used to coming from Wall Street. She's usually like the last one here, piles of paper, chaos, like literally work through the wall all the time, every day, right? Like tirelessly. And that's probably why you need a bit of a change of pace. I think you are the first line of defense for this district. You are. You are the first phone call. You are the first voice. A lot of our new families here. You're the first one that answers their question, puts them at ease. You have dealt with quite an array, shall we say, of complicated and lovely and wonderful families over the years. But that's like a really big, important job because that's the first impressions count. So, that does not go unnoticed. But you are tireless for the district, for the board. You have been an immense resource. I mean, an endless resource and a resource that we know Heather will pick up and continue. And that's why we had to pick the smartest person in the district to take your job over. But, again, your wealth of knowledge, the deep bench of policy, the fact that you have stood up in front of your fellow clerks in the district as the representative. I mean, that speaks to who you are and your level of expertise. We couldn't be more thrilled for you. I know that a lot of people probably think you've lost your mind, but as a middle-aged woman, that's what we do. We lose our mind. And I think a shift in a career is incredible. I think those children are going to be so lucky to have you. Our loss is their gain. And again, I love that you're in this environment. You're continuing to bring your skill set forward, and we know we will still see you bopping around. I don't think you can ever shake Red Hook, truly. I also know that you were on the board of Saugerties while you were doing this job, which that dual role in and of itself is just incredible. So it has been a pleasure. We adore you. I know the office will miss you dearly. I appreciate the candy you always had ready for me. And you kept us organized, on task, on time. Bruce keeps us on budget. Heather, we welcome you. Big shoes to fill, but we have great confidence in you. So thank you, Elena. Much love.
Thank you. Gosh, happy and sad. Just move along. All right, so that brings us to Board of Ed review and remarks. We're going to talk about our Board of Ed goals discussion, which we discussed at our retreat. There's a copy of those goals in front of all of you. Does anyone have anything that they want to add, change? Are we happy with the result that we got at the retreat as far as the wording?
I looked at them. I was fine with everything. The only thing we have to discuss is, it looks like, on communication, there's an option A and an option B. I don't know if people have, thoughts on that one.
Anyone?
Just on like a wordsmithing tip, I'm not a big fan of using the word stakeholders. I feel like it might be better suited to say like district members or community members, something.
I think the community.
So you would like
Community.
that-
Yeah. And
Red-
I
yeah.
kind of,
So like A or B?
I had a suggestion on blending the two, and I like the change of stakeholders. Instead of support and value, I thought support and engage, multiple ways for the community. Well, that wouldn't work. Support and engage, the community through a variety of communication channels. Does that sound okay?
So option B, but support and engage.
Support and engage.
I
Yeah,
think we
support and
removed that
engage the
last part, right?
community.
We were moving away
We ended it at community, right?
community.
Right.
Moving away from communication channels because that was like past we had actively listed what we were doing and we're
Right.
changing those. We need to keep it.
Okay, so support and engage community. Community groups through a variety of, well, we don't want to say that.
We could just say period.
Okay.
Support and engage the community. And there are multiple ways we do that, but if we don't want to say it, we, I mean,
Does anyone have any thoughts on that? Are you okay with just ending it right there? Love it. All right,
Leave it
so
open.
Okay, so, and then we're going to talk about, the Board of Ed committee, discussion. I think we've kind of talked about that. Is everyone okay with the committees that they are assigned to or that we talked about? Pat, I had asked you and Russ to do policy. That would allow Kate and Aaron to finish, their second year in facilities. We might have you rotate in at some point, but we'll talk about that a little later. Like to keep, have 3 people in that room, as Bruce and I talked about earlier. But we'll talk about that. And then are you okay to stay on community engagement, Austin and, Jen?
Yep.
Happy to.
All right, I know, okay, perfect. So any other comments, Board of Ed discussion you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up that Erin and I came in yesterday. Erin Masasi had met with Dr. Hayes. I'll call you Erin. And a few of our engineering team and Bruce to talk about a pretty significant update relating to the HVAC on the elementary school. And this is something that the facility, what Erin's going to talk to you guys about is what we at the facilities committee think we need to do moving forward. But I do think it's relevant to start the discussion now. We should be educating the community throughout the year on this because it's going to impact our May capital project discussion. So I'm going to turn it over to Erin to talk through the details.
Yes, thank you. So
Dr. Hayes.
that's okay. As part of the October vote for the capital project, included in that was a upgrade of air conditioning here at Mill Road. So if you remember in 2017, we had new univents put in. Some of them were equipped to have air conditioning, some of them were not. So we have parts of the building that have air conditioning through that. Other parts we have plug-in units. So what we anticipated was that we were going to have to need a new refrigerant. So we needed to update the coils in each of the univents. However, what we found out in January after the project was approved is that the new refrigerant has some safety hazards that can cause a fire, which would have required us to replace every single univent in the school building. So we met with Tetra Tech, who's our architect firm, and their mechanical engineer and HVAC people, and they gave us different options. And ultimately what we landed on is that we think the most environmentally friendly thing to do is replicate the system that's at the high school, which is a chiller system. So essentially what we do is run pipes throughout the whole building and through the univents, and then run chilled water from an exterior chiller that will cool off the whole building. So that is possible, but there is a budget shortfall because that system is more expensive. We would have been in a budget shortfall regardless, even if we had to replace the univents with the fire standard upgrade. So we don't have firm numbers. That's part of what our discussion was do we move forward and continue with the AC project? And then they can do the actual design work and give us some firm numbers so that we know what that budgetary shortfall may be.
Was that a change in regulations from October to January?
Yes.
It's a short period of time that I would have thought Tetra Tech would have been able to predict.
They predicted that there was going to be a new refrigerant, but the fire hazard with it, nobody knew about until it came out in January.
So the cooler will eliminate the need for any refrigerant ever
Right.
again. So we would never run into, up 10 years, nope, this refrigerant doesn't work now. So that eliminates that roadblock altogether.
And I think it's important that we're getting that information out early.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll talk more in the course of the year over like what the overage is. And then if we want to fold that into capital project that we put up in May. But, getting education out as to why there's a change will be important. So we should start talking about it early.
Is the chilled water as effective as the refrigerant?
It's been great at the high school so far. So it was turned on last summer. We were able to do full capacity load on a hot day in June, and it was great. We haven't had any issues with it. We have an ice storage, and we've used for Scotland only about 25% of the ice that's in there. So we have a lot of capacity. It's been great.
And he makes that ice off peak too.
Yeah,
So-
they refresh the ice at night.
Any other comments or things you'd like to talk about?
I'm sorry, was there any sort of like rough estimate of what the shortfall would be?
Yeah, they estimate about $3 million, but it depends on the size chiller. They have to get a quote for that, the piping that comes through. We didn't go any further with the specific mechanical drawings until we knew that we wanted to move forward with the project. It will be a 2-phase project, which it would have been anyway with what we thought the system would have been. So Our hope is that we start, we submit plans to SED in the fall, early winter. We start in 2026 and then finish in the summer of 2027.
And then this would provide climate control for the entire building?
Correct.
Right, anything else? All right, can I get a motion and a second to adjourn this Board of Ed meeting? Or no, wait, I'm not. Oh, how do I do that? Just go to the tour? Okay, so we're gonna go on a building tour. We've already done the high school and the middle school. We're gonna go, tour, Mill Road now.
Great.
But that's it.
And
Thank you.
correct.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, okay. That was good. Love it. I know, I did not realize it. Yeah, I thought so.
Why is the tour part of the meeting?